welcome to my channel. If you are new here, today I'm going to show you how to get this breakfast nook using couches instead of regular chairs. You normally can't use couches to sit around tables, but I have made this fully functioning. Again, we will be using the basement trick. I know it's super annoying, especially if you're using an apartment, you can't do this. This is only doable on the ground floor. So for this you will need Dream Home Decorator to get this rounded couch. I'm pretty sure there isn't any other rounded couches in the game, so do bear that in mind. If you had some CC that was a rounded couch, the same thing will work. So the first thing you do is add your cheats. The only cheat we need today is bb.moveObjectsOn, and that is because we're going to be raising one of the items up, and you do need move objects on for that. So the first thing you're going to do is press Ctrl Shift C, and it will open this bar up at the top, and all you're going to do is type bb.moveObjectsOn and press enter. I already have the cheat on because I have a mod. If you're wondering, it is from Twisted Mexi. I just have the all cheats mod, so all of my cheats are permanently turned on. And then just to get rid of it, press Ctrl Shift C again. If you're on a console, you go ahead and press all four shoulder buttons to get the cheat bar up, type it in, and again press enter and press all four shoulder buttons again. All of the controls will be up on screen also. I'll go in and show you how to create a rounded room just in case you don't know how. So we're going to go to the walls and empty room section and go across to the rounded room. I'm using the smallest one because I have a large and an extra large. So I'm just going to grab the smaller one, and you'll see it is this shape. And what I'm going to do is drag one side in and this side in also, and then delete the straight walls. This is just the easiest way I find to make a semicircle or even a full circle. Just gonna move this to where I want it, and then click this. This is gonna copy that exact room and then just rotate it. I use the arrow keys to rotate, and you will have a nice semicircle room. And if you wanted to create a fully rounded room, you can click this and copy it again and flip it around, and you can create a rounded room. Just gonna go ahead and place my wallpaper in and my floor in. I know my Sims are stood here, they will move in a minute when I place some items down. I'm going to grab a large rounded table because we have this size one, but then there is also ones which are, I know this is a taller table, but there is tables that are round and this small. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab any dining chairs you want. It really does not matter because we're going to size them down and you're only going to be able to see them a little bit. So I'm just going to grab this one, and then I'm going to add 3 chairs just around here like that. And now what we're going to do is size these chairs down. You could do this while placing. I'm just showing you the shape that you should have. So grab the chair and size it down to as small as it can go. Now you want to make sure your table is positioned in the correct place. Let me check. First, you don't want it too close to the wall, because if you put it too close to the wall, your Sims won't be able to sit down. So you can just check to make sure your Sims can still get in there. And let's have this Sim try this chair. Yeah, they can still get around the back, so that is just fine. Now what we need to do is grab a basement. So go to build mode, then the walls and empty room section, and the 5th tool along should be the basement tool. And I'm going to create a basement under this semicircle area, just a regular rectangle one, but I'm just doing it to the midpoint. So now when you release, it will just make a basement underneath that room. Now we need to grab the sofa. Like I said, you do need Dream Home Decorator, and you will see these options here. They are sectionals, so grab whichever one you want, click on the colour swatches, and it might look like this. So you just see the colour swatches, but then you have this cog wheel here. If you just click on that, you have different options to create the sectional sofa. I'm using the large wedge, which is this like semi-circle. And it's sort of like eyeball where this is going to be placed in the basement. It needs to be just off that wall because you can see it doesn't quite fit the rounded room, which is a little bit annoying. So we know when it goes in the basement, it needs to be 1 grid away. So I'm going to go down into that basement, like I said, 1 grid away from that wall. And then I'm going to raise this up until the green grid sits on top of the wall. Just like that. I'm just going to repeat it with the other side, and you can just line it up and it'll look something like that. So go ahead, check it's in the correct place. You can see it here, it is. Sims will walk through this, but once they're sat down, you can see the Sim sat down here. It looks totally fine. So you only see them for a quick brief moment walk through this to get to their seats. So it's fine, in my opinion. I'm just gonna add some windows in just because I wanna add some light in here. Right, so now to fix the colouring of the couch, there's a couple of ways you can do this. It really depends on what you want. So the couch will match whatever colour is outside if we get rid of the basement. So if I drag away the basement, you have to drag it away, you can't just delete it, and then delete the single wall. You can see it's now lit up. So this will always match whatever is outside. So if this room was closed off, it's not at the minute, so because it's easy to show you on the tutorial, and it had lights in, this wouldn't light up the same as a room. So what you can do is in that basement is just place lights in there and leave the basement. I just think it's easy to get rid of the basement. I don't care if this looks dark on a nighttime. It's nighttime, your Sims aren't really going to be using it that often on a night, so it really does not bother me. If you wanted, you could go ahead and place some chairs around here as well, so you have the breakfast nook bit and then just the not regular chairs going around this side. And I will just show you that this is fully functional. Sorry, my Sims are complaining that it's not decorated right because I have my toddler town over there and it's not fully finished, so I will be working on that very soon. So let's just test everything again. Said you have to click on these little chairs under there. I know it's a little bit annoying. You can't click on this to sit down because it is in the basement, and they will sit down just fine. And you can serve meals and everything here. They will eat just normally because this is acting as if it's in the basement even though you can see it. So this is why the basement tool works. You couldn't just put this on the same floor because interacting items don't work. It would make it not functional. So putting it in the basement is faking that it is there. It's like it is invisible to the game even though we can see it. I hope that makes sense. I always have a lot of people ask me about the basement trick. I do it in so many videos, and it is because I like to make things that aren't in the game but still make them functional, because when I make decorative things, so many people say, oh, can you make this functional? Is it functional? So I always try make stuff functional and not just decorative. So that is why I do this sort of thing using the basement trick. It works so well. And sorry if it's overused, I just really love using it. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!